Looking down into her face, I could almost smell the scent of Chanel. Her eyes are a replica of his, and he once looked at me as if I was his totality. Our humanities became one, and then he used to sing her lullabies, gentle touch and loving eyes exchanged. She looked at him with a familiarity like the first man she set eyes on. Warm hearts collide as he indulges in the smell of purity. His back was one I thought she'd never see, because we were a family. Her head makes a place on my chest as she indulges in the comforting rhythm of the chorus she once lived beside, and now her life is placed in mine. Her tears fall between heavy gasps. Our cries are a choir in unison. Four eyes gaze longingly at this man once in our lives. Her perception is tainted because he is absent. Her stares speak volumes, whereas mine want more than this pain. Stomach aches from trying to decipher what he truly desires in abandoning me, and we excrete our pains together. Her expressions say she misses Daddy. Tiny hands grasp my fingers as I whisper, I miss him too. And this was only day 7, and now this is part 2. She sings familiar songs, shopping down the halls. Tiny legs swing as tight corkscrew curls rest peacefully on her head. Our weekly routine was ended abruptly by a shopping cart collision, and as adjustments were made into comfortable positions, apologies politely made its way from my lips, and unexpectedly, I caught a glimpse of him. My daughter's engaging stare, her face reflected, this little girl infected with his features. His gloomy eyes stared back with uncertainty. It was magnetic the way she gravitated towards him, as if they shared a secret substantial enough to erase all the distrust, all the time that's gone by. Her infant mind knew nothing of the pony rides, the tickle fights, and the Elmo songs. No recollection of the times he consoled, bumps, scrapes, tumbles, and falls that pulled tears from her brown eyes, identical to his. 4 lips curved, birthmarks the same, and she even shares his last name. Shamefully, all he could do was whisper hi. You see, 4 years have gone by, and chills still make its way when I remember my voice begging him to stay, to think of our daughter, and not to let the fear of growing get in the way. Reconciliation fantasies replaced with the freedom. Reconciliation fantasies replaced with the jealousy of his freedom, his new life, his wife without me, and we eventually erased the past to start anew, forgetting about this man I once knew to be the only love that I needed in this world until he gave me the greatest gift, my little girl. Away he stood, and I understood the heinous way his fingers clenched to that last box of cheeses. I rehearsed the scene 1,477 times in my head, one for every day he's missed. I walk on by, and as corners are cut, she turns to take a last look at the man who just stands solemnly still, frozen in fear, afraid to look into his creation's face, knowing that his freedom had taken his daughter's place. He never ran after her, never got into a heavy debate, no apologies exchanged. We'll just go on about our tomorrows, 1,478 days and counting.